So, welcome everybody. I think more people will come later. That's me, Susanna. Hello, you see me now. I'm at a friend's place in Berlin at the moment as I'm attending the Republika. I hope you could hear me. Yes. If not, I repeat because I saw that I muted my computer. Sorry for that. Did you hear me? Maybe you can just say so I don't repeat everything. Yes, you heard me. Everything fine. Good. So, yes, hello from Berlin at my friend's place in the kitchen. And welcome everybody for our closing session now. So, time was really flying so fast. So, we are already in the last week of our MOOC. And yeah, as Klaus was saying, that's a pity. And people are agreeing. Yes, I also think so, but as we already announced at many places in the MOOC, and we will today, so we can stay in contact. So we have our leadership lab, our leadership network, and we would love to stay in contact with you. And but we want to take the opportunity today to celebrate together, to share what our experiences are so far in the MOOC. And we are also curious to learn about your ideas, how our further cooperation could look like. So there will be our whole group today. So there was already one of my colleagues, I guess. And of course, we are much interested in what do you expect? What are you hoping for the upcoming months so that we can stay in contact, of course. And we invited our alumni coordinator, Juan Adolfo. And he's still trying to get into the system, and he will be here for sure very soon. So we will start just. And yes, to give you a short overview what is happening today, you have a small picture of our group. It's not all of us, but you see Brigitte on the right with the pink jacket, and then there's Klaus left to her, and me, I'm in the corner on the left side, and there's Heike, I'm holding her arm. So you see many faces that appeared in the MOOC, and the other ones are Hinrich, Tina, and Tanya. And our group is even bigger, but I don't have to name all the names now. And yeah, we welcome you today and have a small check-in. And also Klaus and Brigitte will give you a warm welcome after me. And as we are still waiting for Juan Adolfo, he will be presenting a bit about his experiences of networking in GIZ programs and, of course, after GIZ programs. And that is what our attention is today. So what can we do after having a great time in a program like the MOOC, and what comes next? So we are a lot interested in sharing your experiences as well. So we want to give you the floor to say whatever you like, tell us about your prototype that you're working at the moment, or just share what your experiences in the MOOC were. So what did you like and who did you meet? So all that you want to share with us. We are really interested in this. And then again, the invitation to our leadership lab. So Klaus and Brigitte will say some words to our network. And of course, then we have the checkout and we will continue our journey together afterwards. So where are we at the moment? So we are in our last week, as I already said, and it's called Continuing the Journey. So our joint journey is almost over now, but of course only for the MOOC. So we can continue our journey all together. And of course, everybody of you will continue this journey for himself or herself. So almost the prototypes that you were starting in last week already, this is the journey itself after the MOOC that you will continue now. So there are so many journeys that you can go further. And of course, a small piece we would like to share with you. And just to have a small conversation already in the chat, because afterwards, of course, we give you the microphone and we would love you to share with us. But just shortly to answer in the chat, and I see that Juan is now in with us. So hi, Juan. We are just starting at the moment. And I would like to ask you to answer this question. So What do you think? What are the factors for, what factors are important for a good network? So just for us to learn more about your experiences, what do you think? What makes a network good and successful, of course? So I just give you some time to answer this question in the chat so that we see how we can build on this and go further on your experiences. So what do you think? So I will try to repeat some of the chat. So I have motivation and a common vision. So, and there is now Sabine Hammer with me. Hello, Sabine. Trust, common interest, necessary time to make it happen. Vision, another time, check-ins. Yes, Wiebke, I agree, check-in is very important. I hope I did a good one, we're still in it. Trust, good vibration, empathy, empathy again, and compassion. The ability to inspire, shared action and connection. And to get some info on personal traits of participants. Yes, I think this is really important. So what do you get from this connection to other people? Because this is what a network is about. And so Amir says trust and support is really important. Knowing each other well and got good communication, structure, guiding principles, common vision. Flexibility is also important, and dialogue. Vibrant and inspiring communication, common objectives, gather people around, sometimes giving more than receiving. That's also true. Not only always expect to get something back, just give what you would like to give. So there's a lot. Commitment and integrity, celebrating there. That's what we do today. Collaboration, success, authenticity, geniusness, and integrity. So okay. And Juan asked, what is the main question? I don't know if you see the slide, Juan, I hope so. So the main question is, what factors are important for a good network for you? And I continue shortly, but I can't read out all of them. There are too many, I think. So diversity and living collaboration. And Brigitte, thank you, Brigitte. People committed like me, Susanna, and the team, of course. Yes, everybody of us. And collaborative spirit. Excellent communication skills. Yeah, that's also not God-given, I would say. You really have to practice. And that's what I'm also trying still in the webinars. So team spirit, that's true. That's also important. Okay, but I would like to switch back to our slide. So we are at continuing the journey, and we are interested in what you think, how to continue, but also to give you some ideas from our side. I would like to give the floor to Brigitte and Klaus, and would ask you to unmute yourself, and it would be nice if you could share the camera with us. So Brigitte, Klaus, who wants to talk first?
Yeah, hi, I'm Brigitte and Klaus. No, I'm Klaus. Actually, I'm just Klaus. But yeah, what can I say? I'm sitting here with my colleagues in the room that we used as what we call the MOOC. The MOOC main the headquarters. I'll show you around a little bit. That's me, you see in the picture, and behind me you see there's a huge plan on the wall where we tried to figure it all out before we started. But I'm not the only one in this room. I'm actually moving. Behind me, the lady with the tiny camera there. This is Magdalena. Magdalena, just wave to the people, please.
I can't. I'm using my hands.
Ah, she's using her hands. With the leg. She's actually waving with her leg, because Magdalena does a short movie about our MOOC and how we are working here. And there's my colleague Heike. Heike, hi. Okay. And of course, this is why I started saying I'm Klaus and Brigitte, because actually here we are, Klaus and Brigitte. And moving a little bit further here, this brilliant guy is Jan.
Hi.
Jan is one of our interns, and you surely met him for several times on the MOOC. Yeah, and here you see all this funny stuff around. This is what we have been working with during the last weeks. So, now the question is, what did we actually experience? Brigitta, I need your support. Oh, I'm just crossing the picture. No, you have to put it here. Ah, is it coming? What does it say? It doesn't work. Brigitta, it's our turn. What is it actually that we experienced during the last few weeks? You can speak with my microphone. Look, here it is.
Oh, he's so challenging me. What did you experience? Well, your energy.
No, Brigitta's as well.
Yeah, well, mine too. I mean, of the people. Well, it was a really prototyping process for us. So now we can really be, frankly speaking, we didn't know what would be coming out of it, and it was just amazing what came out. Well, that's what I feel. We had some talks with people who were sharing already their experiences and suggestions to getting better, and well, if we would do something again like that.
And do you recall? I mean, what was your most striking moment during that MOOC?
Well, I have to admit that I was recently listening again to the webinar session with Peter.
Oh, woo. Hey, we are bigger. Cool. Who did that?
Yeah, think big, start small. That's what I learned on Republica yesterday. So we thought big and started big because it was more than 3,000 people. Now, I was seeing the webinar with Peter again, and for me it was really helpful to remind myself of what he had been sharing with us. I really enjoyed that. So, but there were many striking moments. What was yours?
Or there was difference. For example, we started the MOOC, before we even got started, at this very wall behind us, Brigitta and we were standing there, and we were actually doing the first movie for the MOOC. Do you remember? The first one, 10 Good Reasons to MOOC. So this we did here in the room as well, and I really liked it. We did quite a few of these little movies, what we call like Schnipselfilm in Germany. It's a
not schnitzel. That's
not schnitzel. Schnipsel. What is a schnipsel actually in English? Jan, do you have an idea what the schnipsel is? Magdalena, what is a schnipsel actually? It's some bits and pieces, fragments, because we kind of inserted all these fragments into the small movies that we did.
Like a quilt.
And what else? I mean, I remember this brilliant energy that we had in the MOOC from the very beginning. I mean, when it started, when people were just right on board and everybody was like participating with lots of energy. And I personally remember this technically nightmare webinar with Otto Schama, when technically everything went wrong. But on the other hand, I think it was not bad for the webinar at the end of the day. We were like sweating blood and tears and everything, but I think at the end it was actually a good experience for everybody. So yeah. Anything else?
Yeah, you grow with your challenges, right? So we had some challenges.
I'm still growing. You can even see it. Sometimes it's really I'm going like.
Yeah, he's tall.
This is me.
He is really tall.
I'm growing somewhere else. I'm going to Heike. I'm having Heike here in my room. Heike, you have been in the MOOC for the time. So what was your most what did you like best? What was your most beloved experience?
Actually in the production mode. So behind the scenes, having like this moment of vibrant energy when we were sitting here and designing, thinking how we designed the journey and updating it basically continuously, and having that kind of power in the background to be the one who makes the last wordings, who makes the last introduction of assignments together with the team, the Susanna basically, who were the head of the team. But that was really a fascinating experience to be the creator or co-creator of that MOOC space. And and I also love the collective writing experience at the moment. That's my highlight.
Tell us about the collective writing.
Well, basically we started it with an assignment, but somebody picked it up. Julia picked it up as her prototype. So she invited for the vision of the story of 2060. And I think it's quite nice to see these small phrases coming, and then the design of the story. And yes, we would like to do something similar, perhaps also with the MOOC, and say, what's your story of the MOOC? And then start a short collective writing experience from now on onwards. So I think that's also exciting.
And this is something that is still possible on the MOOC, right? So this is something that we invite everybody to take part in that project, right?
Right, correct. And we will do that online after the MOOC right now. I will open a forum and ask people to co-create the story of the MOOC.
Yeah. Yeah. This is something that we are, of course, very much interested in still. If the participants like, we really would like to continue a little bit working on our MOOC, and like in the like this writing exercise that Heike was mentioning, also with the prototypes. And certainly we also want to, I'm looking over to Brigitta, we want to slowly transfer the MOOC when it's done into our leadership lab, because we actually we have a virtual leadership lab that is coming from the Climate Leadership Plus program, but that serves as a virtual platform for all participants of leadership programs. And would really like to invite you to come over there. But you don't have to rush. Rainer is asking, will the MOOC in the chat, will the MOOC be accessible for some time? Yes, it will be. We won't cut it off immediately, but you will find, on the other hand, ways. We will also consult you how to move slightly from the MOOC to the leadership lab, which will continue for much longer time. But this you will get information on that. We will send you some written information next week, and you will find in general you find information on the MOOC. I would like to come back just briefly to what Heike said before, and she said it was so fascinating to co-create the MOOC. This is something that maybe for the participants is not so obvious, that there was always a huge team in the back, and the people whom I showed you today, they're only a small part actually of the team. So we should really give credits to all the people who have been involved. I think I'm moving over to Brigitta. Brigitta, we have to give credit to the team. You can prepare yourself already. So, who was in the team? Who were these people, and what were their tasks actually?
Well, everything started when we were thinking of having an intern from South Africa, an alumni from the Climate Leadership Plus program, Raisa Cole. And then we were asking ourselves, well, could she be the ambassador from the program side to help us, support us to do this, because we had no idea how much work it would be. And I for myself have to admit that I just got a glimpse of how much workload the whole team had to bear during all these weeks. Working on weekends, never complaining, just doing it. So it started with Raisa.
Yeah. Shall we paint a picture of the team maybe in the meantime? We need a card or something and something to write. So we have Raisa first.
Yeah, Raisa, where is she now? In South Africa? Here in Germany, and then she will move on to Barcelona to do her master program. And then we had Susanna, who already started the leadership lab work before. We started the lab end of 2012 because we wanted to have a virtual innovation lab, and then we translated it into the leadership lab. So Susanna, when she started in our team, she started this liquid leadership idea, and so she was, of course, our expert to do all the MOOC coordination, and she's our MOOC princess. We have how do you call that? Throne? No, one of those royal chairs here in
Yeah, throne.
a throne right now in GIZ, because we opened up this office for the use of mistakes and coincidences. You know, sometimes you have to really think weird. That's what we sometimes do here to get people waking up from their normally way of doing things. And we, Susanna, you don't know that maybe, but we are going to seat you in this throne next week when you're back here in the office, because you are our MOOC queen, right? So that's that's Raisa and Susanna. And then we were looking for more people to really have expertise and help us behind the scenes and in front of the scenes. And then we worked with this great team that we have been already working on the Leadership Lab. This is Karen Schmidt from Berlin and Wiebke Hadding, who is right now living in Amsterdam. I mean, this is 4 great ladies already, right? Yeah, unbelievable what you made happen.
I don't recall Wiebke's hairdo actually.
Yeah, it's shorter now. Before
It's shorter now, right?
Yeah, and then we realized that we needed much more helping hands, and then we had this unbelievable Fab 4 interns. Well, one is seated here, concentrated, working. Jan. There was Bay, Alice, and Sasha. So that's already 8 people. And then we had this MOOC headquarter. Where is my, you know, probably, I don't know if it's, the MOOC headquarters started, I don't know, like, when was it? 1 month before the MOOC, we really established a headquarter, a room where we needed really energy and people working on our to-do list, because we really had so much things to do that weren't prepared. So yeah, that was the headquarter, and then there was the whole team coming in. That was Heike. She really got into the technical part, unbelievably, how she really managed all the content system. Yeah, you did. Yeah, she says no. Always improvable. And Klaus also, myself, who is missing. There are so many. Who else? I think
that's
You are
it.
missing, Brigitte.
Whom did we forget? I don't know. I'm busy. I'm busy painting.
yeah. So the
yourself,
credits
Brigitte.
are given, and it's, well, this moment to say thank you to this stuff. We always trusted in each other, and we trusted that we could do this, and we did it, you did it. So please give a hand. I would love to give a hand to all the people that made this possible. And I'm talking just about the stuff side, because participants are the ones that are bringing also so much. We say it's not input, but it is input, in fact. So all the exchange is creating input, and all your comments, and what Heike said, if we are going to do the story of the MOOC, you're inputting. It's co-putting.
Yeah, so it actually was quite also a lot of fun with all these people. So I'm now ready with the picture of the team. So whom do we have? We have Raisa, we have Susanna, and there's Karen and Wiebke. This is Heike up there. The 4 lollipops are our interns, the Fab 4. And on the top, this is Brigitte, and the guy with the very short haircut, that's actually me. So yeah, that was the team. And then all the other people.
Christian Freisleben?
Christian still, another guy.
Well, it was, yeah.
Can you hear me?
So you see, it doesn't
Hello?
end. So let's
Hello?
see.
Can you hear me?
Team and
Oh yes, the regional facilitators.
the regional
Guys.
facilitators. Oh, damn.
Sorry. Yeah. Yes. You see, that's why I'm just not in the picture.
Yeah, so the whole thing, the MOOC is a pretty much overwhelming experience, we must say. I mean, when we started, what did we think? Maybe let's get some, I don't remember us saying, let's get some 300 participants, and if we get, like, say, maybe 500, 600, 700, that would be great. and then we ended up with, I don't know, much more than 3,500 in the meantime. But actually, I see that Susanna is raising her hand. We have some.
We are so enthusiastic, sorry. So we were so happy celebrating us and you. So,
Susanna, you raised your hand.
You raised your hand.
Oh,
Yes, I just wanted to share, we forgot the regional facilitators, but you already mentioned now. So they all helped us also. So thanks also to all regional facilitators.
is putting all the names there. Well,
yeah, maybe Susanna, you can recall them. We need to give thanks to all of them. Susanna, please.
Amalia, Zainab, Diego,
So,
Julia.
Amalia, for example, and Zainab from Egypt, and Diego from Mexico, and Julia based in New York City. Juliana, where's Juliana actually? Ah, in Berlin. Who else? Who else? We have a funny echo here, by the way. Agnieszka, of course. Yeah, Marie, I have a horrible echo. Can you mute yourself, Heike? Now it should be better. Better now? Okay. Arun. We forgot Arun, sorry. Okay. So, I think it's time to switch over to the guest that we have in this session. Brigitta, you are the Queen of South America still, from your time when you were heading the office.
Yeah, maybe to make this short introduction. Sorry. Oops. Yeah. Remember the 10 good reasons to MOOC? Remember the C? The C is about community building. So networks can be communities. And what we did in South America, when we had this incredible team in Lima in the regional office, we tried to build up a network that spread over the whole continent. So think big, start big, right? Now we started small in every country to create a network that should be living out of the energy of the people and not of the money of GIZ or of any international donor. And then we started it with a small change management and networking course, and today this network lives in all the countries. And when we started to do this, we realized that of course there had been previous efforts to build networks, and Juan Adolfo Bermudez is one of the outstanding alumni of this network. He's a senior. He went to a course many years ago in developing our lovely capacity building center we have at Lake Starnberg near Munich, seeing the Alps, and he was there. And then he was one of the pillars of this network. And he was the pillar of the network because of his empathy and because of his expertise, because of his unbelievable way to inspire people and to support them in any situation. They might need help, they might need a big family, but also expertise on the ground in the agriculture sector. So Juan Adolfo still is in touch with our colleague from GIZ, who is implementing programs in the Andean countries. The programs were shifting from agriculture to rural development, to management issues, to leadership, and to climate change. And there is existing an unbelievable network on the ground in the watershed, communities that are working together, sharing knowledge, working with the farmers, and transforming on the ground in order to deal with those challenges that, for example, climate change poses to us. So, Juan, looking on your unbelievable experiences so many years, what was crucial to do this community building in a network? What was your experience? What can you share? Because we don't want just to make a MOOC and have 3,000 people there and going home and saying, yeah, interesting experience. That's it. We won't meet again. Klaus was saying that will be transferring all this to the Leadership Lab. So do you have experiences that you can share with us and say, this is important and you should also be doing this and that in order to make this sustainable? The floor is yours, dear Juan. Welcome, and I know that you have to attend meetings in Bogota, so thank you for being with us.
Okay. Du kannst dich jetzt laut machen, Heike, wenn du willst. Wir senden nicht mehr. Ich sehe schon.
Hello. Hello. This is Juan. Hello.
Hello, Juan. We can hear you very well.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm glad to be here, and I apologize because I'm very shortly here in the MOOC, and it's very nice to share and very hard to share at the same time because, as Brigitte has told, I have been engaged with this dream. It's not a project. It is a dream, a human dream, to be linked with another people with a long time, without any pressure or without any external price. The point I think is the most important for me since the very beginning was to connect. I feel that I was invited to share something that I have been thinking and I've been feeling, to share my dream all over, not only for technical aspects, but for the feeling. I don't know how to explain it very well. Very clear, but the point is the one person like me and many other people become and to move and to share and to help the process when we feel that the things they are moving not only in the right organizational way, but you are happy, you are inspiring, you become more stimulated to grow and to share your growing, and so on and so on. I don't know if I'm clear now, but the other way is to connect your profession, your skills as a person with a collective group of propose, for example, to share your knowledge with other people, with other friends, with other participants on the WorkNet, and that is that you can link the product of this sharing with your own daily work, with your own daily duty in your job, in your country, in your organization. I don't know if it's these are the most important key crucial situations that made me still now 22 years or more doing the same with the same happiness and inviting many other people to do these adventures, to get in the adventure, to be together, working and designing new ways to teach the other, to share the knowledge, and to apply on the action the knowledge. Is this the third one thing I think is crucial? It's not only to reflect, not only to have new concepts, but how to apply them in your daily life, in your daily job, with the people who is waiting for you. Some lights, some key ways to do. Not expecting that you do the things for them, but how to give it their insights, to do the things with dignity, with reaching the welfare for everybody. But that is the most important three crucial things. They are the three more important things I feel they have been during these years to make me strange and to make me to continue nowadays with this experience. Just yesterday we have finished a regional meeting from Andean countries, Bolivia, Ecuador, Peru, Colombia, and all the meeting, logistics and documentation process. All of that was made by the alumni. From our network. We have been formed, and they are every day more and more strong, and they are more professionally prepared to get more missions, more complex missions, and I think it's very nice. It's very there is passion inside for me and for all of them, and I think it can be noticed for many other people who has asked me, how you manage it, how you get, how you reach how you get the people all the time here, where even if there's no money for paying there, or there's no travel surprises, just to be there, because they are happy, they are how I say, they are proud to be there, and they are very stimulated because they feel they grow and they can share their own growing with many other people all the time. That's it. Hello.
Thank you, Juan. That's me, Susanna. Thanks. Yes. Because of the echo, I will switch your microphone off. Okay. Sorry. Yes. Thanks. Because of the echo. So thank you, Juan, for sharing your experiences. And we know that you're really an engaged and experienced alumni coordinator. So as we see on the slide at the moment, you're in different alumni networks, and therefore we invited you to share with us how this networking could look like, and what does it mean to make it successful and to make it lively and interactive. So thanks for that. But we would also love to give you, everybody who's with us now in the room, give you the microphone and tell us a bit more about the question. So how would you like to continue our leadership journey? What are, in your experience, in your view, what should be the next steps? And I know that Julia is with us, Julia Acosta from New York, and Kathleen Allen from Canada, and you both wanted to take the mic. So if you would like to take it now, I would maybe ask Julia first, but everybody else is invited. So please, you see above the participants list, there is the emoticons that you can click on. So as I do now, there's the raising hand. So everybody who wants to share, please just raise your hand and we will give you the microphone afterwards. So Julia, do you want to unmute yourself?
Hi everyone,
I can also,
can you
yes.
hear me?
Yes, maybe you talk a bit louder, but we can hear you.
Okay, thank you so much for this opportunity. It's been an amazing journey. I feel like I take this journey twice. First in the DDP program that I share with Klaus, Brigida, and many amazing people from all over the globe in Bonn, in Berlin in 2012, and right now I had this opportunity to be with all the MOOCers. I found myself really inspiring. It's been great, and I just wanna to say that I feel really grateful for being part of this team. I also wanted to give public thanks to Kathleen Allen from Canada. She's been amazing with me in this journey, and we are thinking about our idea of making a prototype for young leaders, and and all the support that I have from my regional group, also Jer from Bolivia and Lena from Colombia, and yeah, I'm gonna put the video. Okay. We hope that we can, continue this journey and sharing this experience together. So thank you so much for your help. It's been it's been really great. Thank you for this opportunity. That's it.
Thank you, Julia. So because I said Katalin is next, maybe Katalin next, and I see that Karen raised her hand. But Katalin, do you want to talk? I can help you unmuting yourself.
Okay,
right?
good.
So you should be able to talk now.
Okay, good. Okay, well, thank you so much. I am just the most grateful person ever. This has been a long journey for me, and as I said several times, the MOOC experience has been the icing on the cake. How's that? And I would like to read what I wrote last night, if you don't mind. I think there's a whole bunch of stuff that came together all at once.
Yes, Katalin, sorry. Katalin, can you also take your video on? Would be nice. Do you have a camera?
Okay.
Yes, great. Sorry. So you can continue. It's
All right.
black.
Okay. So thank you, everybody. My experience for many years now, that I've been purposefully driven and carried the responsibility to uplift humanity all my life. This is just how I remember everything. Often I carried more than I could handle, and a few times health setbacks made me slow down and bring my limitless mind in harmony with the limitations of my body, which forced me to look deeper and deeper still within myself and bring forth a greater version of myself and my service. So during this leadership journey for global responsibility, a number of important changes have taken place within myself that allowed me to crystallize the steps I need to take on the individual, local, and global community for the greatest positive impact. This time, I have to say a little bit of personal stuff here. This time it was the wind I walked into and picked me up in February, carried me and deposited me onto the pavement in February in order to be still, noticing life around me and within me with all the senses in the slowest possible version, 1 millisecond at a time, sensing everything. I actually found just this morning a poem that I wrote many years ago, 1998 actually, about the wind. May I say all this? Do I have time for this? Okay, well, I say it. I don't hear anybody saying it.
How long does it take, Katalin?
What's that?
Yes, Katalin, do you hear me?
Yes, okay, now I
can. Just the question, short question, how long will it take?
Oh, the whole thing, yes. Maybe 2 minutes.
How long will it take for the story?
2 minutes.
Of course you should share.
Okay.
Yes, please go on.
So I just wanted to share this wind, the wind. Seasons come, seasons go, perfect cycle of heavens, everything changes. But the wind carries the same breath of eons, the only changeless. That I wrote in 1998. So a beautiful and peaceful slow motion, not knowing or ever wanting to know what will come next and how I will move forward with all my leadership ideas and development programs and courses to give to the world. My right shoulder was broken and my entire right side was rearranged as I carried the responsibility of the world, as Atlas did, but no more. This MOOC has uplifted me, helped me to focus and to get back on track with greater and greater clarity, and the much needed support system to move my work forward. How I got in, I don't know. It was all a blur after a very, very blustery day, after my accident, in quotation marks, running with the wind, climate change and personal transformation simultaneously. This MOOC journey has been the icing on the cake. I have been consciously developing and implementing leadership development learning programs and working towards manifesting a community of global change makers. My biggest challenge was exactly this, belonging to a community of global change makers, facilitating co-creative learning events, as well as supporting each other on our leadership journeys. The context I'm coming from is always a blend of practicality of my interests, talents, and life events. I have been a school teacher at every level, from grade to 12, English and French in Nova Scotia. I had a private practice in tutoring, life coaching. I love academic research, different languages and cultures. I'm familiar with small business industry in Nova Scotia, as I did marketing for a solar panel manufacturing company that we established 32 years ago. I also raised 4 children, and I was always interested in learning how I can bring the best and most out of them, others, and myself. Now I'm interested in how I can transfer all that I have learned so far to them, their generation, the young professionals, and to my grandchildren, and hopefully making a powerful, positive impact for the future generations. So the journey continues. Okay, I wish to give away all my gifts so that the future generations will be better able to not only cope with the massive changes and challenges humanity is facing now, but hopefully bring heaven to earth and bring humanity to the next level of evolution. On the individual level, I will implement the steps with permission, of course, with the GIS and tools of the theory of you, the way it was presented to us during the MOOC. And I will blend it with my previous participatory leadership development learning programs based on my life coaching experience. There are 5 steps in both, thus the format will lend itself beautifully. I can detail that, the 5 steps, but maybe we don't have time for that. I intend to do this in July, this summer. I also would like to use the framework of the Theory U for MOOC to a 5-step presentation and speaking about global innovative focused talent services, which describes my work, my passion of being and positively impacting and inspiring social innovation. I intend to do this in August this year. I would like to create an online webinar videos and e-commerce that would reach global audience. However, here I will need some or quite a bit of technical support. Number 4, I welcome contribution to from my fellow MOOCers of their leadership challenges and stories, how they have overcome them in the past and how they intend to overcome them now. I already requested some contributions to this. However, Julia's prototype, Common Storytelling from the Future, did intrigue me quite a bit, and I feel a strong pull towards blending these 2 projects for a book. In my group of fellow MOOCers of the Americas, we are planning to pull our forces together and design participatory leadership development learning events. Since I'm closest to Julie in New York, I'm prepared to go there and facilitate the learning events while she looks after organizing the events, and this can be done. I have specifics even worked out here, 2 weekend formats or a 5-day-long format in the spring of 2015. And I would like to do the same thing in Colombia with my fellow MOOCers, and also in Nova Scotia, where I can invite people from fellow MOOCers to do the same here. I'm trying to be faster here, and I have also my target industry, but maybe I'm not going to be talking about this too much, except small businesses, young entrepreneurs, aspiring entrepreneurs, The health industry is more and more open here, I find, in Nova Scotia, incorporating mindfulness and leadership development from the inside out. Education industry also, however, it's much slower, but it will be happening. So the journey is continuing, and I'm incredibly grateful to the GIS team and to my fellow MOOCers for the support and the amazing opportunity we each have now to co-create the world that is uplifting, inspiring, just, and sustainable for all. I have learned a deep respect for one of Goethe's couplets. Whatever you can do or dream you can, begin it. Boldness has genius, power, and magic in it. With much gratitude, myself. I have another poem, but I'm not going to bore you with all this stuff now. So thank you, million.
Thank you, Kathleen. That was great. So thank you for sharing so many personal insights. I think not everybody's so brave and open to do that. And I'm really happy to see how many connections you already made in the MOOC, because that's also not the average, I would say. And as I heard, you're all already connected also to Stefan Coffey in Benin, and you're connected to so many people, and of course the others are also connected between each other, but as you were sharing now. So that is what is really making us happy to hear what comes out of the MOOC, what is really special, I would say. And thanks for supporting so many people with your work and with your experience, because you're also very experienced in leadership development, as I found out. And yes, thank you so much. And I wish you all good luck for the book that you're writing. And there were already interested MOOCers that want to be part of this book. And you already made the connection. So everybody who's interested to join the book of Kathleen Chu, just send an email to leadership-mooc@giz.de, and I will make contact. And I saw the hand of Karen, and Karen is one of our external supporters of our team, who is not directly GIZ, but Wiebke and Karen were the main people behind together with the GIZ team, and so you are part, of course, of the MOOC team. And I see that you took away your raised hand, but please feel free to take the microphone, and of course Wiebke is also invited to say something to our MOOCers. So Karen, do you want to say something? And also all other participants, you can take the mic. Please just tell me if you want to say something. I saw in the chat that Alex Yanda, you wanted to talk? But Karen, please take the microphone.
Okay, thank you, Susanna. And I will make it short to leave space for the others to speak to. Hello. Wow, that's a big picture. Wow, thanks, Kathleen, for sharing. I'm still like breathless from listening to your story and your ambitions. Yeah, what shall I say? I think I would like to thank all the MOOCers for this journey together. I was so amazed. Well, it actually started with the start of the MOOC. I still remember the check-in forum where we got a sense of how many wonderful people and change makers are on this MOOC, and what kind of energy was created there. I was so deeply touched, and this continued after week for week, actually. And I also very much appreciated to be in touch with the dialogue practice group, for example, who really gave the dialogue interviews we invited for a special thrive. And I can remember I was part of some of the dialogues, really Skype sessions all around the world. So with Marcos from Brazil till European, African participants, and Amalia from Asia. It was incredible times, both for Marcos and Amalia, but it was such a deep dialogue going on there. I'm very grateful for this experience, actually. And also for us, it was an adventure, like to do the U-journey online. And I'm so happy that we could see how deep connections really could emerge from there. That's a wonderful learning from me. And also, so I chose actually, thanks to the big team, it was also possible to participate in the MOOC from time to time. And my favorite domain is living collaboration. And this is something I would like to thank the GITS team for. We started, as Susanna said, as external support, like service providers for other organizations, one would say. But we really have been part of the team and felt like we were, like, as people, appreciated in that team. And it was a great way of living collaboration. So thank you very much. It was a great experience also. Yes, and very shortly, just an announcement. So I posted finally my prototype today. And I have more experience actually in project management and in creating in online learning projects than in leadership. So this is something I discovered just a few years ago, and I want to bring it together. So I would like to bring leadership practices more into projects. That's my personal dream. And we have created a project canvas, and would like to offer that to fellow MOOCers. If you would like to work on your prototype in the form of a project. Now my dog is barking, I'm sorry. And yeah, let's continue this in the lab. I would like to host some sessions there. I have to mute myself. Thank you.
Thank you, Carl. And so, yes, hello to the dog also. And I see the raised hands of Coffee and Iromosele. And Wiebke, of course, I would be happy if you would also like to share, but that's up to you, as you're also an important part of the team. But Coffee, do you want to speak first, as your raised hand is there? I support you by unmuting yourself, and I hope that your microphone is working, because sometimes it was difficult. Coffee. Yes.
Okay.
Can you speak?
Okay. Hello, everyone. Yeah. Okay. First, I would like to thank everyone, especially the team, for the great job they've done. Actually, I must say that it is my first MOOC ever, and at the beginning, I was wondering how I can contribute to change the world. What can this bring to me new in my work? And I can say that really it is uh, really good experience with many persons. All they contribute to change something in my world, and really I have to thank them. The only thing I regret is my to create good work, but I think this can be corrected in the lab, and I thank you very much.
Thank you, Coffee. So I'm happy that now it worked and you were able to talk, because you had technical difficulties in the past in different webinars. So I'm happy to hear your voice now. And Iromosele, your hand disappeared, but do you still want to talk? Then I help you to unmute yourself. So Iromosele, do you want to say something or no more?
Yeah, I want to.
Yes, we see you. You can talk now.
All right, thanks.
Yes, I hear you.
First of all, I really want to appreciate the organizers of the MOOC. It's beautiful. I remember so many years ago, I took a screwdriver and put it on the floor, on the ground, on top of the grass. It wasn't a dream. And when I took it up and I put a light bulb on the screwdriver, it lit up. And from that day till now, um, I've been really keen on finding a solution to the world's energy problems. And I even had to nickname myself Energy on Facebook. And now I find myself being a part of a great program as this, the MOOC. And all I'd say is, from the beginning of the MOOC, from week 0 to today, I've seen that we just, all we did was put our lives on a spreadsheet and fine-tuned ourselves on a central theme that started from the beginning to the end. And this MOOC helped us. I would say it really helped in developing our seeds. It helped us in enhancing what we already had. It helped us in leveraging on the diversity we had from different parts of the world. It helped us in being able to effectively collaborate with people from all over the world. And I would say that if I had the opportunity to get another MOOC out, definitely say yes. Of course, just like Kofi said, the problem is because of the time, we didn't really have all we couldn't do as much as we would have loved to, but still, it starts, you have to start from somewhere. I believe that with this, I have actually, it's opened my eyes, it's opened my understanding to quite a whole lot of things. I've come to see life from an entirely different perspective, and this is good. So I'd say that for the lab, if we could bring the same passion, the same theme, the same energy we had at the MOOC, if we could focus it on the labs, there's no telling where we can go. So that's all I have to say. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Musil, and also thank you, Coffee. And I learned to know that you both know each other very well and that you're friends. And I saw you very active on the MOOC space. But it's really nice to hear you talking now also, of course. And yes, Mosile, if you start the next MOOC, please tell us, because we will be all with you, of course. And as you said, we can continue on the lab. Of course, it won't be the same like the MOOC. So each week there will be a webinar, and as we had it now, so all the interaction on a week basis. But of course, there is the energy, and we shouldn't lose it. And it depends also a lot on us, so all of us. So let's contribute to the lab as we are the lab then. And yeah, let's see what we make out of it. Let's start working on the prototypes to improve them and to further share. And yes, everybody is invited to contribute. And even if you like, you can do webinars on your own. We can all sort it out together. And I see that Wiebke raised her hand, and I would love to give her the mic, but I would like to announce something, because we have our filmmaker with us today, and we want to start an experiment after Wiebke talking. So everybody who has a camera, maybe you prepare for later, because we would like to make the experiment to open all cameras all together at the same time after our closing, and you all could make a waving into the camera, as I do now. You don't see me, but you see Wiebke better than me. Okay, and this would be great. Yes, maybe. Okay, then we do it now already. That's nice. And everybody please wave into the camera for our filmmaker. So everybody who has a camera, please put it on.
So with all the waving going on, I'm now going to dare to show you what I've been drawing during today's webinar. See whether that actually works out. Haha, that it doesn't. So uploaded it somewhere. The question is where, and it doesn't actually show properly. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put it in the MOOC later. So I'm done.
Maybe you try once again, because I saw it for a second, your picture. And maybe if you try again, we can fix it. And maybe hear 2 more sentences from your side, maybe how you experienced the MOOC or what you wish the others. So maybe the cameras. So I see already the shampoos of Brigitta. Yeah, it's a pity. Ah, there's the picture. So I have to switch the cameras to the right to see it. That's a really nice one. Thank you, Wiebke. So I see the faces, I see the map, I see the U process, and I see many stories. And they make a spider net, yes. That's true. Maybe you want to say some words yourself, because I can only guess what is on there.
Well, I mean, this was just me trying to pay attention to what was being said today. And I think this is really, in a way, this is a practice that is now all of our task to engage in, is to actually pay attention to what stays and what do we want to take forward from the MOOC, because there were lots of things. I went to the forum, I think 2 days ago, and felt like, oh my God, there's so much text and I can't make sense of it, but I have to make sense of it for myself in my own practice, and I'm not going to take everything that was offered. So that's the one thought. Let's engage in making sense and weaving connections and action from what we've learned. And the second thing that I thought was incredibly powerful in this MOOC was noticing how much happens as soon as we connect. Meaning, I've been on the phone, on Skype with people I'd never met in completely different countries and time zones, and we could help each other, and we could understand each other, and that's incredibly powerful. We sometimes don't need big tools and the big business plan. We need listening, and we need the connection, and it doesn't matter what the context is that the person is in. So let's see how we can take that forward and also use that more in our leadership practice and life. That's it from me, and it's been a pleasure with you.
Thank you, Wiebke. Yeah, it was also a pleasure with you, but we don't want always to just say how thankful we are. Of course we are. And yes, everybody's invited to the Leadership Lab, and you will get more information, as we said now 20 times, I think. But I think that's a really important message, because we really want to stay in contact with you. And yes, so we are looking forward. And I would love to give also the microphone again to Brigitta and Klaus. And yes, please say some closing words to our community, to our family.
Okay. Oh, horrible echo.
So I see you have some technical problems, my colleagues. So maybe I continue talking until you can fix it. Maybe, I hope. And I would say from my side, because this is for the MOOC at least, this is the last time that we can talk to each other live. And just shortly from my side, thank you to everybody, because you made the MOOC how it was and still is. And we would warmly welcome you to continue working on the prototypes and stay in contact with you. And I see that Brigitte and Klaus, you try to unmute yourself again, so please do it now and I will mute myself again.
Okay, it looks better now. Brigitte, are you on air as well? No, not yet. So you have to come over to me and speak in the same like. Okay. What can we say? Thank you. I think this last session very much captured the energy of the whole program. And there's not much that I can do but say thank you. Stay tuned for the time being. Just stay within the MOOC room. And in the MOOC room, you will find all necessary information to switch together with us over to the Leadership Lab. Okay, my colleagues say I have to switch on my camera. I'm doing that. It doesn't work. Oh, just a second. Okay, yeah. Thank you very much again. I mean, it was a variety of people who were deciding, so many people in the room. It was a sheer pleasure. I hope we didn't do too much nonsense, especially me in the beginning. But I mean, I don't know. It was somehow spontaneously. We just had fun, and I think we are all just happy and relieved that we had such a cool MOOC during the last weeks. It really influenced our lives very much during the last weeks. Now I'm passing the word to Brigitte. Brigitte, are you ready? Brigitte is coming over to me. She has to use my microphone. Ich weiß es nicht.
Hello, can you hear me?
Kann man nicht raushören, sprich einfach. Ah, da bin ich wieder.
Yeah, great, thank you. I wanted to make one to announce that also the Theory U MOOC from the Presencing Institute will be starting, I think in the second half of 2014. So because you have been mentioning it, and I wanted to say thank you to Katalin. It was really moving what you were sharing. So. It's unbelievable that this is really becoming like a physical space where we can connect. That's what Wiebke said. It's really amazing, and that's what we did in Latin America. And I think I have not so much family in real world, so that's why I created, together with my team and all those incredible people in Latin America, a whole family you can rely on whenever you feel like sharing with others. And I wanted to ask one question, because you had been, Nidhi was suggesting to be exchanging on the SDG, on the Sustainable Development Goals. Was that so? Because it would be really interesting to have a real exchange on the SDGs, also on the Leadership Lab. So I just wanted to be... Are you working on it? Okay, so maybe we could organize a webinar with you, because that would be really interesting. And to close with one comment, yesterday on the Republica conference, this is a networking conference in Berlin, a real important one, and is showing what will be the world maybe in the future like, how transparent people will be, well, after all those NSA spy scandal things, being our chancellor spied out by other countries. I mean, the world is really changing, and it has to do with democracy, with culture, with diversity, and how we really want to be living in the future. And what we probably have to learn as development cooperation and international cooperation is to let go some of our concepts. So if you want to be part of this process of transformation and to share, Amalia was right now raising this issue to think on how we do leadership journeys in the Asian context. We of course will be needing you because it's not us to know about how to do this. So we have to do this together. So the SDG exchange and dialogue would be really interesting, as well as the culturally adapted leadership journeys. And I think it's a really interesting perspective for us to be part of this. Also, when this program maybe will be stopping next year, to really do this in the future and have the Leadership Lab living longer than one program will be living. Make it really a sustainable thing. And if it's not on the lab, in our hearts and our souls. So thank you for sharing, and thank you for doing this together one more time. Bye-bye.
Off we go.